Good morning everyone, how you doing? It's Michelle. Welcome to my channel. You can probably even hear the rain is absolutely tipping down. It's mad, isn't it? We have a hosepipe ban here where I live, and since that ban has come in, we've had rain every day, torrential rain. Anyway, it's very cleansing, so it's all good, and obviously our gardens need it right now. So this morning I was sitting with Metatron and asking him what he wanted to bring through today, and he's saying to me that some of us may be feeling a little bit agitated, impatient with regard to solutions coming forward for us in our close relationships and our relationship with ourselves. And this is connected into the work that we did last month. We did a lot of deep work, lots of emotions were coming up for people, layers of healing were coming up one after the other, and it was quite overwhelming at times, but it was the right time for all this to come up and clear and heal. So we all felt a little bit, wow, that was a powerful month. And when we do that deep work as spiritual souls, we know when we do the work, the rewards will come, i.e. healing, solutions, changes in situations and relationships. But because the moon is direct alignment with Venus, it is making us feel impatient, frustrated, overwhelmed, impatient. Did I say impatient? Impatient because we're not seeing change. It's like we've done all this work. Why hasn't anything changed in my relationships? Why don't I feel better about myself? Why can't I stick to what I want for myself, i.e. it could be diet, drinking more water, going for a walk every day, meditation, whatever it is. You're struggling to keep that going and see the solution. So just be mindful that it is to do with Venus in the moon, but those solutions are coming. They have been heard by spirit, and we just have to be patient because it's divine timing as well. So I was drawn to pull from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck today to see what the message is from Metatron with regard to this impatient, frustrating energy. It's like I've done the work. I've tried to have those difficult conversations last month. I've tried to love myself more. I've tried to come from a place of unconditional love rather than anger and frustration, and nothing's changing. So let's see what the message is from Metatron today on the 6th or it's the 7th September. It's been a morning. My daughter's gone off to college today, and it's the first time she's had to go to a school. I know it's college, but a school without a friend to go in with. So it was quite a big thing, and she's very quiet in the car this morning. And although she said she was fine, I could feel her energy. She was a little bit wobbly, but she was fine. She went in, and I know she's going to have a fantastic day, and I know she's going to smash it. So right, let's see what's the message, Metatron. Our closest relationships, what's going on, and our relationships with ourselves. There's too many there. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's just focus a minute. Okay, I just want to spray Metatron's energy around me. Just bring through a card for us, Metatron, for today, please. Help us with this. Giving and receiving. I feel like I want to pull one more to go with that. Joy and stability. Okay, he's saying he wants to give me 4 cards. Okay, what's the other 2? Okay, helpless and hopeless. Okay. Okay, right, thank you. He's just talking to me as I'm talking to you. Right, so the first card out was this one, giving and receiving. And what Metatron's saying here is this is very important right now. That, yes, you've done the work. He knows you've done the work. Remember, he is the governor of the Akashic Records, so he knows everything you've said, everything you haven't said, all the things you've done and all the things you haven't done. So he knows when you've been kind, when you haven't been kind, all of it, okay? And there's no judgment with Metatron. So giving and receiving. So you may have given your all, okay? And you're expecting to receive, yeah? Or you may have been taking and you need to give. So you need to communicate better. So you're going to be either or of these. And what Metatron's saying is this has to be balanced. You can't overgive and you can't just take. A relationship is about communication. It's about hearing the other person, listening. You don't necessarily need to always accept what they say or agree with what they're saying, but allow that person to have their say, because their emotions are tied up in that. Okay, and so it needs to be balanced. And when it's balanced, so he's given us two analogies here of the pole. So when it's balanced, you have this beautiful, golden, joyful stability in your life, because this is balanced. You're giving and receiving in equal measures, and we step into stability and joy and happiness. But this needs to be worked on all the time, and conversations have to be had when someone is taking too much from you and not giving, or when you're giving and not taking. So this sort of highlights the difficult conversations, and you may well have had those last month, but Metatron's saying you may have to come back to this and tweak it a little bit. Maybe the person didn't completely hear what you were saying. Maybe the person knows that or feels that you may not necessarily mean this, that maybe you didn't have a boundary in that relationship, and it's like you've put this boundary in and they're like, yeah, I can carry on behaving as I was. That's not going to get you this, but it's going to get you this feeling of helplessness and hopelessness, okay, which gives you sadness and isolation. Now, on this card, you can see here, there's two pathways. So if you are in the energy of hopeless and helpless, that you've done your work last month, you've had that difficult conversation, or you may be aware that you still need to have it, you have a choice here. There's two pathways. You can go up this pathway, that focus on the top of that mountain, along the journey, up, this pathway, which could be where you are now and having that difficult conversation, or you can completely detach and go, enough is enough. I am overgiving. I'm not getting anything back. I am receiving love, but I am not giving it for whatever reason. I'm not loving myself, so I'm not receiving what I deserve, i.e. abundance. So you could detach and decide, enough's enough. I'm drawing the line. I'm stepping back. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't know how to. I've tried my best, and can take a completely different path. So this could be the endings of some relationships, or it could be, I'm going to take this path and really start to love me and be me. Because before we can get to this, giving and receiving to another, we have to love self, okay? And then we step into this for ourselves. If we can't get it from another, or it's not being provided for by giving and receiving, we have a choice. But you're going to be feeling this sadness and isolation. Look, stuck in a ball, head in the sand, not looking at what you need to change within you, or the person that you're in a relationship with is not prepared to communicate with you, not prepared to give and receive. And you've got their head in the sand, and there's you opening up, wanting to expand and come into this energy with them. But that they're not prepared to do this, the giving and receiving, and that could be the difficult conversation. So you want this, you want to step into this. They've got their head in the sand. Well, if I don't have that conversation, we'll just stay like this. I can keep taking and not giving. Or I can keep giving and not receiving. Head stuck in the sand. This is where you want to be. This is the sadness and isolation. This is wanting to be elevated, wanting to step into joy and stability with your relationship. This could be you, self-love, head in the sand. I know I need to change things about me, but I'm not prepared to do it for whatever reason. I'm not ready. I don't know how. This is what you're longing for, but this is where you're at. So we have to look at our mirror work. We have to look at our inner work. to love ourselves, to elevate ourselves, to step into joy and stability, and able to give and receive in equal measures, to walk away from that. But we have a choice. So there you go. That's the message for 7th of September. I hope it helps. If I can help you hold space to unravel your relationships, help you to map out a difficult conversation that you may need to have, to start to look at yourself and what you need to change within you to love you, to accept you, then contact me on michellewestinfo@gmail.com. I'd love to work with you one-to-one. I don't know all the answers. I am walking the path, but I've had some very difficult relationships in my life. So I do have a little bit of experience that I'd love to share. Can you hear my voice going? That I'd love to share to help you. And if you watch my video yesterday about the healing session I did with a client, well, she's a friend of mine really, but we had this soul journey going on, so that when I work with her and prescribe homeopathy, I am shown aspects of what she's feeling and experiencing within myself, and it flags it for me. It's like, oh, okay. And that happens with every single client. But obviously when I'm holding space for another, I don't go into the energy of me. I keep it professional and the energy of you, but try and make mental notes. But yesterday, me and my client were in an agreement that we were on a soul journey, because stuff keeps coming up, and she was prepared for us to have that shared space, which was beautiful. And it helped her to see the aspects in me, because you can always see other people's aspects, can't you, before you can see your own. So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts. And if I can help you, please get in contact. It is my soul mission. It is my passion to help you to be able to communicate, to be in this space of joy and stability, giving and receiving in equal measures. Lots of love. Take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. Please like and share so that this video gets seen and I can reach more people. Lots of love. Bye for now.